Hey, this is Davin and Jeff. And this is a Model T Ford. Or should I say T model?
No, Model T Ford's good. I hate people that say T model.
A model?
I mean, it's an A model.
A model, T model.
I hate that.
Don't you love it?
Yeah.
Hey. She's seen a little.
I'm stuck.
Seen a couple better days here. What do we have? Is a motor in here? Cranks out front. Ooh. Check that out.
I think the hood's attached. It's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Well, let's
Maybe just
leave
take
it
it
there
off. You want to just
we'll
take
take it off here. What do we got here?
I'm not 100% an expert in Model Ts, but the starter is telling me I think it's a little bit later.
Yeah, because the 09 they did not have starters.
They did not.
Okay. So it's a later model, which is cool. So what, up to 27? So that narrows it down by 2 decades.
Yeah. Yeah, so if this has a starter, this car obviously also took a battery.
Okay.
Well, I think what we can do is we can run the block number, and that should narrow it down to a year.
Hey, I got good news here. The other starter rotates the motor over nice.
Yeah, it does. Still has a leather belt on it too.
Cool. Tell you what, you figure out by the numbers. I'm gonna pull this hood out of the way and find some tools.
All right.
Yeah, that was easy. Not a lot of unbolting in this one.
So we're looking at the Model T Ford Club of America. According to it, it's a November 1925.
It's November now. That's convenient.
It is.
Might be its lucky day.
Yeah, it might.
Here's the plan. It's been sitting here, well, I know it's been sitting here for at least 4 years, and I'm thinking it's been sitting here a lot more years than that. But it's seemingly all together. Motor turns over. I say we see if we make it run.
I agree. Crispy critters for these spark plug wires, boy. They're your favorite brand.
Of course. Another tractor.
I think we got a good shot at this one.
I think so too. I mean, we know these are low compression.
Yeah, this is about 4 to 1.
4 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could feel it when you were turning it over there.
Yeah.
Or not feeling it. This is pretty classic. An old Yale, I think. So this does have a distributor. Wow.
This is the handiest contraption.
I saw that. It was laying on the running board.
I got this to work.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
You want to see if she just kicks over first? You want to just throw some power to the battery, or you want to just start taking plugs and?
Ooh. Let's pull the plugs out, and yeah, I like that. But spin it then and see if we can make the starter work. That way we'll know how much arm strength we're going to need for the rest of the day.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's bigger than our normal plug wrench.
It is.
Those 15/16 then?
Yeah, it looks like it's that size. Shorties. The nice thing, and also sometimes it can be a drawback about working on vehicles like this, they're so simple that they can actually confuse you. I have a very good friend right now redoing a Model A, and he's having a hard time because it's so easy.
Yeah, you overcomplicate it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, geez. That was like no pressure at all.
Is that a good sign or bad sign?
Oh. Well, we know it's not seized, but
No.
I think somebody's been in it.
Might be. Well, maybe they put some oil down her.
Well, that'd be great. I was running pretty rich.
Oh yeah. A bit.
Not sure about that one.
Want to stick with our deep creep method? Seems
Yeah.
to be working.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Do you want the long straw still?
No, because it's right here.
Here, I got the last spark plug you installed. You want that one?
Yeah. What happened to the one that you did?
It's in a box.
Okay. There's a humongous combustion chamber. No wonder these have no compression.
Oh, yeah. They're not, well, it was literally so they could run on anything. He didn't have to have...
gas? What was gas when these were... what octane was gas?
Again, they would run on kerosene. That was not a joke.
What are you doing, dude?
Thought I'd take the opportunity to clean up these plugs because we don't have any plugs from 25. So we'll see if we can make these. See if we can make these work.
Not carried at your local.
Revive them, yeah. In theory, if there's connection between here to here, right? They're good.
Oh, feels pretty decent. After squirting a little bit of our magic lubricant down the cylinders, I can get kind of a, and I turned it over probably, I don't know, probably half a dozen times.
Right.
I can get in here, I mean, I can see cylinder walls and they're shiny. The top of the pistons are, you know, they're a little dark, but the cylinder walls actually, from what I can see, they look pretty decent.
Okay. Cool.
So that might be a perk. Valves, you know, they look used, but they're all moving.
Okay. What I can tell from this plug is not shorted, so it's not open. So at least this plug is good. This one will fire. I think when we put these back in, let's put a little oil on the threads too.
Sure. That one's got some. I have to look into that first one there, but I couldn't. Could just because I'm in grease here. There's a lot of.
Yeah. Hard to make a good connection on it.
Yeah. Wires are
good?
I think they will work.
Okay.
I'm not going to say they're good.
Yeah, they're not broke.
No, they're not broken.
Okay. Still curious to see how these coils work.
Well, cylinders look good. I think next step, let's see if starter kicks.
Starter kicks. We want to try to hook the battery up then? I mean, we got a lot of voltage to run through it. Nothing else.
Oh, didn't you want to put some oil on these before we put them in?
There's one for you.
Thanks.
Here, I'll take all of them. Drop these things. They're like gold. We don't have any more. All right, well, I'll eat the rest of this peanut butter.
All right.
We didn't get you lunch today, so.
Oh, all right. I'll eat this grease. Let me put it back. Save it. There's not much left in this can.
So this is like a pipe fit.
You think that's a tapered?
There's no crush washers, and it doesn't go all the way down on the threads. I'm just not familiar with that.
Could be.
YouTube commenters of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. It didn't.
No.
It didn't look like they were tapered.
It didn't, but you know, I mean, they don't go down all the way.
Maybe they didn't drill them all the way or tap them all the way through.
On the cylinder head? Yeah, it could be. I didn't look that.
Short tap them.
Yeah, could be.
All right, now what are we gonna do? How are we gonna check this coil? Just go for the gusto.
Yeah. You know, I say we just we get battery to it. See if we got anything at the plug.
Okay. All right, so this should be negative ground, positive ground.
This should be positive
Let me correct my statement.
Yeah, I believe
positive ground. Can I go right to the block anywhere?
I don't see why not.
Well, I can go right here.
Yep. You can sand it up too if you want.
What?
I was like, I could hit it with some sandpaper if you want.
I just want it. I don't want it to fall off is what I'm after. All right. If I whack this against their feed line, right, it should do something.
It should kick over.
Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing, Charlie. It's a good sign. Ready?
Yes, it is.
I'll do it a little more. The starter is good,
Yeah.
but with 12 volts, that thing was spinning a whole lot quicker than that.
You're hitting it with 12 volts?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I would have thought it spun a little faster than that.
You know, unless his battery's dead too, because it's possible. It seems to be a theme for the day. Right?
Yeah, so far.
Well, I'd really like it to spin a little quicker on that starter.
Clean the
We better
connections.
put a voltage. We better put the voltage regular or the voltmeter on our battery. But I want to pull that off anyway. Yeah, it's got 12 volts to it. Might be weak, but got 12 volts.
Yeah, we take these three.
Let's do those back. Let's do the back three and let's look at it. Clean up those points for that coil to try to function. Let this battery charge a little better. That should turn it over a whole lot faster that way. And then we'll go towards fuel. Do we want to pull the carburetor right out of the gate? Because
It's a little one-barrel Stromberg.
yeah, but it's an updraft.
It is an updraft.
So how are you going to get fuel in the hole? You know what I mean? I really don't need to put this back on.
Well, I was thinking about, we just put the gas tank up here.
Yeah.
Just run it down. Just
Right.
take the fuel pump off.
Yeah.
But I can pull it. I can go through it real quick, just to make sure we're not cutting ourselves short.
I think we do. There's more connections for us to clean though. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
The bottom actually looks pretty good, but like these side terminals, they're all corroded. These are kind of cool to clean up and have them. You see them. Yeah, these are like gorgeous, cleaned up.
Oh, they're,
and
yeah.
Coat
I've
of
seen 'em-
shellac on them. Or
Yeah,
oil.
I've seen them
yeah.
turned into like furniture. And
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
not like steampunk, like clocks.
Okay, so here's something I'm finding very ironic. Hopefully I'm using that word correctly because I usually get badgered for not. But this is a 25. Do you notice that we're doing electrical work? We're cleaning electrical terminals. That's really all we're doing.
That's
at
all
this
we've been doing.
There's numerous connections here. So when people think that, all that old stuff's just mechanical. Well, it is. It's mechanical connections for electricity. All right, as Jeff and I go through and kind of figure out where the ignition is going to be good or not, we're also deconstructing and how it functions because we're not electrical engineers nor Model T experts. But here's the way I'm understanding it. So the points on the coil are normally closed. You have power coming in here from the ignition switch. That's filling the coils because it has nowhere otherwhere to go because you have a connection between these two. This is the feed from the distributor, which tells the coil when to fire. The coil fires by, there's basically a little magnet right here, and so then the points, so when the distributor fires power here, the points open, that power then comes out that's being developed and stored within the coil, primary and secondary coil, they go out this end and then right to the spark plug wires. That, of course, gives you the spark because then it jumps the gap trying to get across and go somewhere. That's how I understand it. The key is to make it do all that and just, well, get spark to the plugs.
I agree.
How it gets there at the end of the day can be magic as far as I'm concerned. But that's how I'm understanding this from a mechanical device standpoint. I don't want to say simple, but it's making sense.
I wouldn't say simple either. This is a little more than I thought we were going to get into, but
Yeah.
this must have been a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, I mean,
If you didn't, if it wasn't, if you let one of these sit,
I bet you this is a weekly function.
Tell us, Davin, how was it back in 19?
Ooh, that hurts. Now, I would be willing to bet this was a maintenance function you did on a Sunday afternoon every week,
yeah,
right? Getting ready for the next week. Hey, make sure everything's making connection. Or you did whatever some people do now and wait until it breaks and then figure out how to fix it.
Oh, I think that was part of their design is a press and fit.
Oh, yeah. Had to have been, otherwise they'd be making
Yeah, they'd be rattling,
disconnecting
bouncing
every
around.
damn bump. Can you imagine Michigan roads?
Oh, yeah.
There weren't even roads when paved roads.
That one's done.
Did you bring a hammer?
Didn't think I was gonna need a hammer. Always need a hammer.
There it is.
You say you know where that washer was too?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah. I don't know why they made such slop in these.
Well,
1920.
yeah, precision
Wow.
stamping wasn't a thing, was it? So a single would be fine.
I'm just wondering if any of those are doubled up. And why was the reason?
Like 50% are doubled and 50% are not.
Okay, seems
So
to
the
be
front two are doubled, the back two are not. Okay, now with everything put back together and clean, let's see if we should, now, for instance, that we understand how the system works a little better, we know these points should be making contact right now. So this piece and this piece should make contact. I should have resistance here and here. I do. Push this down, and it goes away. It means that opens. So good, that's one. This one's still gonna fight us. Got nothing there. Nothing on that one.
Doesn't look like it.
It might not be touching yet. Come on. That's exactly what it is. So that one's in, well,
So the points are open on that one right now?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not sitting up.
not bent up.
Yeah.
So basically, this one just bend that finger up a little bit, right? And you can probably just take the top off.
Yep.
I'm gonna suggest that's probably what this one's doing. Yep. Because remember, they're normally closed.
Interesting. Okay.
Now this one's just making shit connection. Yeah, that one needs to be bent up too a little bit.
All right.
So the front, we got lucky. We got one of them that's making, the rest of them are not.
I got one.
I think you may have noticed that we just go in all the way in on these and not necessarily know what we're doing to start with.
That's the idea.
That's the fun.
Oh, that's right. We can't just strip it down. Sure we can. We do it every time. I like that. All right, so let's see if we have spark.
Hold
I got everything.
No, you're touching me.
I got everything kind of connected. Okay. See if we make this work. Here we go. That one's moving. That one looks like it's moving.
Looks like 1 out of the 4.
1 out of 4 is moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, should have been. I bet you this one maybe was getting a spark.
The one I'm changing. This one?
Yeah.
That's the one that was
That was the one
moving.
that was
right?
moving.
Try it again. Yeah?
Yeah, hold on. Come on.
You're really putting your trust in
All right.
the insulation of that crap.
Oh yeah.
You got good spark in that one.
Nothing on that one.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's got, because I saw this one move.
Yep. That one's got it. Let me put this one back in and see if we can.
This one here's got a lot of gap. All right, we're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
See if we get on. Oh, ready?
Go. Yep.
That fixed it.
Yep.
Ready?
Go.
I can
Don't got
see that
anything.
one's not moving.
Yep.
Yeah, so you gotta have these close enough, right? So they actually pull down. That magnet's gonna only have so much pull.
All right. Ready?
Go. Yep.
I say I just saw some. Cool. All right. We have spark. So that means our electrical connections here are all working good.
And that means we go after fuel.
Yep. Now make some fuel. Make some fuel happen.
Pull the carb off and at least just see what's inside.
Okay, now I'm getting excited. So I won't lie to you. This whole time I've been like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I understand.
but now it's like, okay,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, trust me.
now let's make it burn.
I'm with you. 100%.
Now let's make it burn.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Okay,
I
good.
felt the same thing.
I say we pull that. Let's pull that out of there. I'm gonna keep our battery charged over here because
Grab
it
some
seems
wrenches.
seems to be an issue for us.
Jeff does this. Because I like having the natural audio of wrenches and things.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think this is going to be too bad. I think this is.
What's it look like?
It's not stuck.
It's all free, huh? Yeah. Take it out in the light and outside
Yeah.
and spray it off. I think.
Pull the bowl.
I think so. Same thing. Make sure the needle passengers are clean.
There's nothing to that carb at all.
No. Nope.
It's got a plate on it.
Like I said, it's got a float in it, right?
Had.
Ish. Had kind
No,
of.
no, I feel it.
They'd be brass.
Yeah, it'd be brass.
Grab a rag. I just spray a little off, make sure it threads back in good.
Oh, yeah, the gasket's still good.
Well, it's kind of good.
Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen a A
Float.
float that looks like a donut.
No? Yeah, they were called donut floats.
Really?
It is brass, isn't it?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, should be.
It looks fine.
Oop.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull. Oh yeah, the needle's stuck.
Yeah. I would think.
I'm gonna pull the jet. Might as well since we're this far.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right. Easier said than done. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to force that.
Can you? Yeah, we can just spray through it. You don't have to take it out though.
Yeah, it's completely through.
Right.
The
And
throttle's
blow.
working good too.
Make sure you blow in that inlet, right? It's coming out.
Yep.
Passage is clean. It is now, anyway. I like it. Let's give it a go. See what happens. Put 90 pounds of pressure to it and let it rip. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
that makes more sense. Huh? Okay, she's in there most of the way. Okay. Oh. What's our intake look like? It's all right.
I think the intake's
Oh,
pretty clean.
Yeah, it looks clean. I don't feel nothing in it. We're at my.
I think I'm just gonna. Do you want me to hook the choke back up, or I think I'm just gonna operate that by hand?
Right back in.
So I'm pumping up the bowl right now in the carburetor, getting some gas into it.
The only thing it's going to do, if it overflows, it's going to drain out the hole, right?
Yeah.
Which it probably will,
It
but
could come out the throat.
yeah. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we know we're full. That's all we're after there.
Yep.
Yeah, just tie that thing back to itself somehow. Okay, ready? And then from there, why don't you operate the throttle since it's on your side?
I can do that.
I got the starter. I got starter over here.
I got the fire extinguisher.
Okay. Ready, Jeff? You tell me when.
I'm gonna choke it, I think.
Yep.
Go.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that was a fire, dude. Okay, here we go again.
Yeah. I think I.
Good.
Yeah, go.
Here we go. All right.
Go.
We're close.
Right.
Okay, here we go. right there. It's barking. It just won't take. Like take and stay.
What have you been doing and what have I been doing that's not making it run?
Right. So I'm spinning like the bejesus over here with the starter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spinning like no other Model T ever spun. Does it have enough? Can you feel and draw on the carburetor? You feeling suction when it turns over? You know what I mean? Ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then how about the squirt bottle in behind her? Squirt fuel into it.
I can do that.
Don't rely on the carburetor to draw fuel, right?
Yeah.
In case whatever in that bowl is just not there.
I can do that.
Even if you got to go from underneath it or something, I don't know. You might not be able to get it there with
I
upside
think
down.
I can. Like once you get that first kick, it's not continuing.
Yep.
And I don't know how much could, there was parts of this carb I could not get apart. This shit's still idle.
Right. I'll show you what's happening. You ready for this? Here's 100% what's happening. I hook up the starter. Boom, right? I'm feeding power there to there. As soon as I disconnect it to stop the starter from spinning,
killing
it
the
stops
spark.
running.
You're killing the
because
spark.
I'm unhooking the power.
Good. Vehicles like this, they're so simple. They're so simple.
I think we're in a different spot now.
A little bit.
All right. So I got to confess. So here's what happened. Okay. When we started, we wanted to just see if the starter worked, right? And to see if we had ignition. So what I did is I just jumpered off the bottom of the coil because I basically was concerned that none of the rest of the stuff would function. Like the ignition switch and the starter button and so on and so forth, right? Take that out of the equation. Just want to get spark into the spark plugs. So we jumped it right to the starter. I ran power right to the starter. So this whole time we've been just spinning the daylights out of it. It's firing because the exhaust is hot,
Yeah.
right? We're like, we can't get enough fuel to it, can't get enough fuel to it. Because every time I took the power off the battery, it would stop spinning.
And stop.
Well, duh,
power
because
to
the
plug.
starter would stop spinning, but then it would stop running as well because, well, the hot wire to the ignition was connected to the battery terminal I kept disconnecting. Right?
Yeah.
So now, well, I was standing over the top of this and it dawned on me that aha, you fool.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? But
Yeah.
we jumped ahead is all we did, right?
Yeah, we
So
jumped
now
ahead.
we stepped back and just flat out honestly connected it the way
It was intended.
like Henry wanted it connected.
Yeah.
And now I think if you have some fuel running over there,
Which we do.
all right, you run the throttle. Or I can run the
No,
throttle.
I got
too,
throttle.
but- Okay. Okay. You got throttle, I got the advance.
Yep.
Okay, we're on, here we go. Good?
Good.
Here we go.
I'm gonna try to choke it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it needs some choke.
Go. Whoa.
That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Yes,
Yeah, it ran.
it will run. It runs. It runs.
I think if I sit here and mess with the choke while we do that, we can get it to run a little bit longer.
I agree. But that's exactly what it was.
What are you standing around for?
Man, Always wants that little bit more, right?
Yeah.
That's all right. I want to stand back and watch it, hear it run anyway, too. You good?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Dude, it runs good.
It's running really good.
That's sweet.
Oh, dude, you can see every one of those just clacking and sparking. Look at them.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
That's a great running engine.
It is.
He wants to go out of fuel, but as long as
Yeah.
I keep this pumping up.
Wow, right.
One more time.
Oh, come on. Hold on.
Here, I'll run I can run the. Sweet. Victory. Thank you.
Wow.
Cool. Now Ben wants to see it start up with the crank.
Yeah. I'll do it. Just gotta make sure. Yeah, we gotta make sure.
Yeah, fill that up.
Yeah, because it was really hard to judge if I was like how much fuel I was giving her because I can't hear it.
No, right.
Oh, you know what happened?
Came unplugged.
Came unplugged. That's why.
Can we fire it on the hand crank? Like this, right?
Open thumb.
Open thumb. Gotta engage it. Right? Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one that gets you.
That's the one. That's the kickback. Yeah, baby. That's impressive.
Well, it's running a lot out too. But yeah, you're right. We're here. The advance and all that work.
Yeah.
Is it making a difference? It does, doesn't it?
Oh
All that's working. That's awesome. Hey, this is good.
yeah. Yeah, that was good.
This is good. I wasn't real optimistic when we rolled in. I mean, I was and wasn't. It's been in the garage. I know it's simple from
Yeah,
that
but
standpoint.
looking at this.
But looking at the shape of those wires, just all that, I mean, wooden coils,
Yep.
right? Just an unknown for me.
Yeah, me too.
I honestly, I learned a ton. I didn't realize how mechanical those coils were from that. You know, like an actual movement of of mechanics.
Yeah. 4 separate per cylinder.
Yep.
Tied together. It's very unique and simple.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think it's been a long time since there's been exhaust from a car in this garage.
I think
I think
you're right.
Reggie would be pretty happy that one of
Yeah.
his cars is fired up in the garage, not just outside,
Where it's sat.
but where it sat, where he had it covered with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because you
So-
couldn't see this car before.
Oh, no, there was stuff everywhere on it. So yeah, it's so that's awesome.
Yeah,
I really
that's
think
cool.
this is awesome. So I tell you what, if you're not even half as excited as Jeff and I are right now, then I don't know. You might have to go ahead and have yourself checked. But hey, get out in the shop, go get your work done. We're proving that there's projects like this laying around everywhere.
Absolutely.
Go look. See ya. Very cool.
Yeah, that was. Well, now nothing's gonna daunt me. Honestly, like
not afraid of
believe it or
anything.
not, one of the first cars ever. It's been a little daunting on how it starts.
Yeah.
And from here on out,
It's all downhill.
Sky's the
man.
limit.
It's easy.
yeah.
We can even throw. Well, let's not go far with computers.
Yeah.